What if we watched the protests together and then kissed? I mean, it could be a good time. These guys that you're looking at right here are patriots. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. When the government hurts innocent people, we have to stand up against them. And that's what they're doing. And that is why I'm here for it. This is why I think this is a good idea. There is a war going on for your mind. I know that's Alex Jones quote. There's a war going on for your mind. Yeah, I know. But he is right sometimes. And this is a war for your mind right now. Donald Trump and his Nazi henchman, Stephen Miller, are pulling off a high-risk, high-reward move here. This is either the end of American democracy or the rekindling of it. Trump and Miller are creating their Reichstag moment. They need it to happen now because they know the economy is about to collapse because of the tariff nonsense, back and forth, up and down. Trump always chickens out. Big talk, little action on the tariffs. The economy is inches away from collapse, and it will collapse. And what they need is for someone to blame. They need someone to blame, and they will blame this lady right here. Look at her. There she is. She's got brown skin, dark hair, probably a Spanish name. She is to blame for the economy collapsing. It is her fault, not Donald Trump's. It is their fault right here outside in the street right there. They are to blame, according to Donald Trump, for the economy failing. Not his stupid ass ideas, not his bad policy, not his redonkulous tariff policies. No. That's not to blame. These people are. They need their Reichstag moment. And next weekend is the military parade. The jackbooted thugs will be marching along in Washington, D.C. with the tanks. Donald Trump wants nothing more than for those tanks to be rolling down the street on half your screen, and then on the other half your screen, we see this protest with brown people holding Mexican flags and standing in front of a burning car. That's what he wants, because that will bolster their supporters in the middle of the country. They want to totally pwn the sanctuary cities, frighten them into complying with the ICE raids, so that the photos of brown-skinned people holding Mexican flags in front of a burning car circulates the TV news. That image will allow further crackdowns. They'll use all of those photos, the gigantic media operations that they own, because the right wing owns the media, to convince the rubes in the middle of the country that Donald Trump needs more power, more authority, and you need fewer rights. He's got to take away your rights to protect you from these horrible nightmare protesters. Joe Sixpack in bumfuck Idaho has already had his mind warped into believing that the Los Angeles is a wretched hive of scum and villainy, filled with illegals that would stab you and fuck your corpse before they would ever salute the American flag. The people who have already had their minds poisoned by right-wing media are rock hard watching this. Just solid, turgid, standing up at attention, begging for someone to get hurt. And when they do, the right-wing people will say that it was deserved for supporting an invasion. They have bought the insidious lie that migrants are the problem. That lie spread fear. That fear led to ICE raids. The ICE raids lead to injustice. The injustice leads to protests. The protests lead to crackdown. And crackdowns lead to more protests, which then end up leading to injured cops, injured civilians, hurt people, which then just leads to more protests. It's not a good cycle. If we were lucky, this could go the other way, however. This could be the rekindling of American democracy. But that's if we had good left-leaning leadership, which we don't. The Dems, if they were competent, could make this into an attack on Trump. He's a buffoon saying super obvious lies. He praised the National Guard for shutting down the protests before they even arrived in the city. Like, we saw the tweet. He talked about how great they were, and they hadn't even gotten there yet. The Dems are going to lose the optics game as usual. This very minute, right-wing media is telling everyone in the country how to feel. They are shaping the narrative. They are filling every eyeball and every earball that they can with coordinated propaganda. Feel afraid of the immigrants, feel angry at the protesters, and feel pride for the brave men and women of law enforcement. Democrat leadership is doing what they usually do. Watching social media very closely, their staff scrolling furiously across the TikToks and the X.com to determine how the people feel about the military take over the country's second largest city. Then, when the consultants and the lobbyists have all had their meetings and they've all got their straightened out talking points, they will determine which side has the most money and 51% of the people agreeing with it, and they will jump to that side. Sure, they'll decry Trump and write some strongly worded letters. They'll file some lawsuits to the corrupt DOJ, and they will write books about nothing. These two sides aren't playing the same game. The Republicans are playing a game of power today, power forever. The Dems are playing a game of looking good for history books, I think. I think that's what they're doing. I think that's the game that Schumer and Jeffries are going for. They want to look good in the history book. Bad news, guys. If Trump wins, there won't be any more books. They'll all be burned. I do like the bubbles, though. The bubbles are nice. I enjoy the bubbles. I like them. It's very hard to suggest that someone is being violent if they're blowing bubbles.
I am the algorithm. Click on this video to make me happy. You wouldn't like me when I am angry.